Hi, everybody. George Chamberlain here, executive editor for the Daily Transcript, and it's time for The Scoop, brought to you by the Greater San Diego Association of Realtors. We're recording this on, believe it or not, November 13th, and we're joined, as always, by the president of the association, Leslie Kilpatrick. Hey, Leslie, good to see you.
Hi, good morning.
Just back from the Emerald City, is that what they call it, New Orleans?
I don't think it's the Emerald City, but
it's something like that.
It's New Orleans, and it was incredible.
Big association meeting?
It was the National Association of Realtors meetings, and they were in-depth and lengthy, and we talked a lot about professional standards and raising the bar and a new code of excellence, so it was an awesome time.
Very good, very good. Well, you're back home now. We're going to talk a little bit about what's been going on as far as real estate is concerned. We always like to start the scoop by talking about transactions, sales, and prices. So let's start off with the listings and sold listings that we saw in the past month.
So in the past month, actually, single-family detached homes did increase slightly, but just 2.1%. And on the sold listings overall, on the attached, they were down 3.5%. But this isn't really a whole lot of movement.
No.
And especially when you think about seasonal slowing and such, I think the market is basically pretty stable and rather balanced.
And, you know, one of the things that comes into play on this that can have an impact on the pace of sales is inventories. Where do we stand on that right now?
We're standing at about 8,000, which is something that's been about stable for the last 4 months. It is a little bit less than last month, but it is still somewhere around the 3.5 month mark in terms of inventory.
Which historically we would say is well below what we need, right?
What we can handle, typically.
Right. And this time of the year, you know, for a lot of places in this country, this time of the year is when real estate kind of grinds to a halt, but not necessarily here on the West Coast.
Well, I did notice that it was -1 last night in Denver and a lot of the rest of the country. So that, you know, this polar vortex is good for us because it skips us. And I think too, you know, sometimes our seasonal slowdown isn't as great because many people buy second homes and vacation homes in San Diego. And sometimes a really horrible winter is the time they make that decision.
Absolutely. How long is it taking to sell a house these days?
About 45 days. So it was 41 last month. Again, that is still a pretty quick turnaround on selling a piece of real estate.
Go back a few years, how high did it get?
I don't know the highest it got, but it was as long as 6 months or more.
Yeah. So that's a very positive sign for the marketplace as well. All right, let's talk about prices a little bit. And again, we'll use the word stable, right?
They're stable, they're balanced. I mean, these are good words. When we've survived a free fall, we survived a frenzy, and we survived the flippers. And now we have a market that is absolutely pretty much stable. So I think more normal economic factors are impacting the market than some sort of crazy ride.
I saw a report the other day, I forget which source it was from, but it talked about the fact that a lot of the investors who were coming in and buying real estate, while there still are some around, there aren't nearly as many, which kind of is good for that first-time buyer, that buyer that wants to invest in a piece of property and live in the property.
Absolutely, because there was a period there where they just couldn't compete with the cash buyer coming in with the quick close, and people wouldn't wait for them. So now this is opportunity, and I think that's the most important message we can get out there. Just because things become calm does not mean one should hesitate if you're in a position to do what you need to do for your life. So that is the thing that is sometimes a problem when the market calms down. People get sort of lulled into this false sense of security, and then all of a sudden it takes off and they end up paying more than they needed to.
Yeah, and you know, with interest rates again holding near all-time lows, that will change somewhen. We don't know when, but it will change.
It will, and when it does, it usually happens quick.
You know, I go to a lot of meetings around San Diego County, Chamber of Commerce meetings, service clubs, stuff like that. And I always see a lot of realtors at these meetings, no matter where I go, because they are very valuable assets in the community, especially this time of the year. And you guys have a big project that always happens around the holidays.
We have our wonderful holiday house coming up on December 3rd. We pick a beautiful home in San Diego that typically that's on the market, and we fill it with donations. We collect those donations throughout the real estate offices throughout the county. During that time, we charge a small fee to come to the to the party, that then also goes back to the charities. And these charities help the military, they help children, they help seniors, they help people that need the help the most at this time of year. It's a lot of fun, and it demonstrates the giving back that's common for realtors.
Yeah, I've been to several of them, and they really are a lot of fun, and it's good to see people kind of getting away from their normal routine and socializing with their fellow realtors. I think it's really kind of a neat event. And there's plenty of information about the Holiday House on the website, sdar.com. So take a look at that if you want to learn more about how you can support this program, because it's indeed very, very valuable. Your term as president got just a short time left, right?
Yes, tick-tock.
Hard to believe, and hard to believe.
It goes by very quickly. It is a lot of fun, and it's an important job, but it's going to be great to turn it over to somebody else and to support the organization in other ways. So I'm very proud of SDAR. We do a lot for the community and for each other, and I'm very proud of it.
No doubt. Always good to talk with you, Leslie.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Leslie Kilpatrick, president of the Greater San Diego Association of Realtors. You're probably watching this on their website, sdar.com.